The only one I know is the fucking Life is a Highway.
Man, don't like that song.
Yeah, I learned it on guitar.
Even when I was a Rascal Flatts diehard fan as a child, when that song came on, I was like, turn it off.
Yeah,
I can't listen to this shit.
I only listen to the underground parts of
Yeah,
Rascal Flatts.
Thanks, Obama.
Bacon cream pies in your mom's eyes. Bacon cream pies all the time.
Anybody see my shoe?
I hate tomatoes, but I love ketchup.
Can't find it. I looked
That's
everywhere.
just a thing, and it's not even true.
Please, I have to drive
When
home.
I think about you, and I have to say,
I have an edible
it was
earlier.
hard to leave you
I think I'm
alone.
gonna shit my pants.
Please, God, help me leave you alone. Okay. All right, everybody. Christian, my co-host, is dead.
He died.
He did die. He's dead. He got a real bad case of
AIDS.
the poops and also the vomits. I think from poisoning,
Yeah.
probably along the lines of like ricin or something.
What kind of food do vegetarians get poisoned from? Because like I feel like it's always undercooked meat. So
Oh yeah, for
but
food
like
poisoning.
there's no meat in his butt. So
Oh, let's say, I don't know. Do they put like fucking rat feces and like
yeah, in the
zebra
tofu,
cakes and shit?
in the tofu,
Probably. I mean, FDA, man. But yeah. Anyway, we've got Levi to fill in the gaps. We've talked about Levi before. If you listen to any of the other pods, so
Big fill in the gaps guy.
yeah, yeah. I wanted to start this off with a fucking game show.
All right, hit me.
What do you know about I don't know, Reese Philbin?
Are you talking? Who are you talking? Are you talking about Regis?
Regis.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you
Okay.
know about that guy, huh?
Let's see. He hosted one of those old people game shows, but I don't know. Maybe Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But it wasn't.
So
It's not, he hasn't done it in like 20 years though, and he might be dead.
Yeah, he's old. For sure. He's old or dead.
What's the difference?
This is the thing. I'm going to do the final questions.
Oh, really?
Like
To the
5
hardest fucking one.
Yeah. I'm going to do 5 final questions from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And if you get 3 out of the 5 correct, what do you get?
A rim job.
$1 million.
Oh, I want the rim job.
Nah, well, you're not getting it. Yeah, it's Regis.
You're like, Regis Billy Bong.
Billy Corgan. Oh, did you hear? Well, never mind, fuck yourself.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Hit me.
Round 1. Now used to refer to a cat, the word tabby is derived from the name of a district of what world capital?
Is there multiple choice?
No. Yeah, there. Baghdad, New Delhi, Cairo, Moscow.
I guess I'll go with Cairo because Egyptians worshipped cats at some point.
That makes sense, but you're wrong.
Okay,
You suck.
my second guess would be Afghanistan.
Yes, that is the correct answer.
Only because that one was weird out of the rest of them.
Baghdad. Yeah, that's the one. Let's see here. Which insect shorted out an early supercomputer and inspired the term computer bug? Moth, roach, fly, Japanese beetle.
Well, Japanese beetle seems oddly specific, but my gut says moth because lamp.
Mothka's lamp.
Yeah.
And yeah, you were right. That's a $1 million question.
Yeah,
pal.
dude. Moth because lamp.
Holy shit. Let's see what else we got in here. For ordering his favorite beverages on demand, Lyndon B. Johnson had 4 buttons installed in the Oval Office labeled coffee, tea, Coke, and what?
Oh, I think I actually know this one.
Fresca, V8, Yoo-Hoo, A&W.
I just read a thing about like what the past like 20 presidents' favorite drink was, but it was all alcohol. So hit me again with the options.
Fresca, V8, Yoo-Hoo, A&W.
Yoo-Hoo. I'm gonna go with that one. That one's out of
No,
Okay, what about A&W?
not a chance.
All right, which one is it?
It's Fresca.
Fucking shit. That's a D
Is it?
tier drink.
Yeah, is it a
Linden B.
fucking knockoff like Crush soda?
Yes. Well, it's like it's kind of spritey. It's like citrus, but it's also like not as good as Sprite. So why fucking bother?
Yeah, dog shit. Lyndon B. Johnson is a pussy.
Yep. And dead.
Leave it in. I'm just kidding. Okay. What is that? That's 3 questions. You got one.
I got one.
You got
but
one.
still
Okay,
hit me,
so you have to
still
get the
hit
next 2.
me. Yeah, but I
or
still
else
wanna
you're going to
die.
rot in the what is it layer that they throw people in Star Wars? With
Oh,
big
the
monster?
Sarlacc.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
go there.
I'll be down with Boba Fett, dude.
Yeah, hell. The most watched TV episode of all time, the final episode of MASH aired at 8:30 p.m. on February 28th, 1983, following what sitcom? Private Benjamin, Square Pegs, Alice, Newhart.
How fucking old are these questions?
I just seriously
Fucking
looked them up.
MASH? I've never even seen an episode in my life.
Oh,
I don't
MASH
know.
is
I'm
phenomenal.
gonna go with B because I don't remember what they were.
I'm going to give you this one. It's Alice. And we're just going to say that he got that one.
Yeah.
And so if he gets the next one, he gets the fake rim job, fake $1 million. So, I mean, dude, I run the show here, so I can do whatever I want.
I kind of thought it was gonna be like some like SNL like thing, like it's gonna be some like long running TV show, but
Nothing that I knew. I mean,
I
what
had
is
no,
Alice?
the only one of those I knew was MASH, and that's only because it's one of the most famous shows ever that I've never seen.
Who did artist Grant Wood use? I'm sorry.
Wood.
Oh, shit. Grant Wood. Wait, okay, I'm sorry. Who did artist Grant Wood use as the model for the farmer in his classic painting American Gothic? It's the one with like
Yeah, I know the
trident
painting.
guy. Okay. Traveling salesman, local sheriff, his dentist, his butcher. He's a weird looking bitch,
He's a weird looking bit. That dude would fuck with your mouth. That's a dentist.
dude, and he nailed it.
Dude, yeah, that dude would stick shit in your mouth and then try to make you like answer questions. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, are you having a good day so far?" And you're just like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa."
This is what we're gonna say. He used the his lifeline to call his dentist for the last question for Alice.
Yeah, but he charged me because I don't have dental insurance.
Yeah, he's a fucking dickhead. Yeah. So what do you got, pal?
Not much. I kind of was like, okay, I gotta think of some questions, and then I sat down and was like, oh man, my mind just went blank.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's how it is. But one way that we know each other is from Smite. So
Big Smite guy.
yeah, big Smite guy.
I was on Twitter earlier, and I was like, they were talking about how the main season just ended, and how like everybody's getting ready for playoffs. I was like, man, I might be watching some SPL. I don't normally watch it because it usually makes me go to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not like because it's boring, just because like it's like you're not involved in the action, so you're just like watching it, and there's people talking, and that shit just lulls me.
I really fuck with it, man.
I'd be getting good naps. Like I watch Picks and Bands. That's my favorite part. I'm like, oh man, I love P's and B's.
Yes.
And then they get like they're like, all right, time to clear these buffs, and I'm already drooling.
I don't know. I like it all the way up until like First Blood, and then it gets real boring for a while, and then the Fire Giant fights are like that's where it's really interesting. But let's say it was the Oni Warriors versus some team that the Oni Warriors was going to stomp, and I think it was J-Dragons, honestly.
Only Warriors be stomping though.
Huh?
The only Warriors be stomping.
Oh yeah, they're top of top of chaos, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, they are losing this game by like 10K, and it's like time.
Oh,
for
you're talking about
Fire
where
Giant.
they come back from like, or they just like they clean house on that one dude, and then
Yes.
everybody else dies, and they're like, "Fuck it, we're ending the game."
Yeah,
You
and
don't
then
even
they
get
end
to
the
take
game
a
at, like-
game off of us.
Yeah, it was like 16 minutes or 20 minutes or something.
Filthy.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Have you ever seen the clip of the worst Smite game ever? The SPL game where I was on a team. I think Allied was on that team, and it was like they tried to 5-man invade something. I remember there's a Cabrakan on the team. That's why I always stuck in my head because who the fuck plays Cabrakan?
Yeah.
But like they tried to invade, wiped, and then F6'd at 2 minutes.
Wow, I didn't know that you could F6.
Because they're technically they're like private games. So
you can quit an
you
SPL
can quit,
game?
yeah, and they got in trouble for it. The casters were like, "What the fuck is this?" Well, and they got in trouble. I think they got fined or something.
Holy
But
shit!
like,
yeah.
they just F6
this.
at like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm done.
you can find a clip of it on YouTube at some point, man. It's funny. You're just like, what?
Dude, Stu looking real bad this season.
Yeah. What role is he again?
He is in ADC,
Okay.
but he did well last season, and then there was like a thing where he didn't get picked for SPL. So, and it was like a big deal. And then they brought him in. He's on the Gladiator, or he's either on the Hounds or the Gladiators. I can't remember. But he's just been getting shit on relentlessly by every team, and he doesn't play with this team and shit. And it's like they're definitely kicking him as soon as I mean, you know what I mean. They're getting rid of him.
There's a lot of players I don't recognize anymore. Like,
Yeah.
when I watched religiously, like I was so into Panda Cant and Barracuda's gone now, and
Yeah, I can't believe that.
like, all of that team is gone. But now there's everybody. I don't know many people. Still know PBM. He's still my favorite.
Yeah, dude, he got fat, man.
he was fat, and then he got swole,
Yeah,
and then I guess now he's large again.
yeah, dude,
I mean,
he's a largie.
Sometimes the grind is hard. So
He's a thicky right now. It's funny
can relate.
because yeah, me too. It's funny though because he's like the lead man, and it's
Yeah.
just like, I mean, obviously they've been going with him this whole season, but when I just watched him, I was like, holy shit, dude, you came like 100 pounds the last time I saw you.
dude, my friend, I won't dox him, but when he was getting married, I was his best man, and we were doing like the rehearsal dinner, and his dad has early onset Alzheimer's. And so we pull up in this really fancy restaurant, and like I'm wearing really nice clothes, and like everybody's like merry and talking about marriage and all this shit. And I went to his dad. I hadn't seen him in a few years, and I like went to shake his hand. I was like, "Hey, it's been a long time." And he goes, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm Levi. We've been friends for a long time with me and your son." And he goes, "Did you get fat? Did you put on a lot of weight?"
Oh, Jesus.
I was like, "Yeah." Thanks, man.
Fuck, bro.
He's like, yeah, I got fat.
That's
Thanks.
tough.
Thanks, dude. I needed
Dude.
that.
That happened to me once. I was in the military, and when I first joined, I was fucking super skinny, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was trying to like get ready for basic or whatever. But so when I went operational, my first one man, like my first supervisor, I was skinny at the time, and then I moved to a different unit, and 3 years pass, and he comes to the unit that I'm at, and I look like this. he was like, holy shit, man. He was like, I'm glad I'm not you. I was like, Jesus, dude, you gotta lay into me, huh? Jeez.
Yep, that's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough gig.
I remember you told me vaguely, but what did you do
I was a weapons mechanic on the A10.
so you
Kinda
just like
lame,
like
actually.
did maintenance and shit?
Yeah, just on the weapon systems.
Okay.
So yeah, it's all right. Just like airplane mechanic.
Dude, not a bad time to be not doing that anymore though.
Yeah.
Like be like,
Oh yeah,
"So,
right.
deuces."
I know. War.
Yeah. What is it good for?
Yeah. Absolutely nothing.
Big Rush Hour guy.
Is that? Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
I
they
saw
do the
I've seen that.
dance off.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Rush Hour kicks ass, dude.
Dude, yeah, we were talking about Jackie Chan on the last one, I think, on the last pod.
Yeah, you guys. I remember you guys were talking about the suit, the tuxedo. That's what it is. One of the other podcasts I listen to, it's from like Rooster Teeth. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They do lots of stuff online. It started out as like Red versus Blue. You ever see Red versus Blue? It's like a Halo like show.
Yeah, actually,
they started out that, and it's grown into a multi like media company. They have tons of different channels. They all make different kinds of stuff. Tons of good content.
Crazy.
Really worth checking out. But one of the podcasts, it's called Fuckface, called Bleep Face. But it's Fuckface. It's just
Okay.
garbage. Like they just talk about all sorts of shit, lots of inside jokes. It's funny. But like they were really into that fucking movie and were able to get the funding from the company to buy the tuxedo that Jackie Chan wore in the fucking movie for their fuckface museum that they have every year.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, so they have the actual tuxedo. It's like $3,000 or something.
What are they? What is the museum thing?
So they like it's so like their parent company Rooster Teeth, they do like their own like expo. You know how like High Res they used to do their own expo where like it was the Smite World Championship, but you came and you did all the High Res games and it was all cosplay. They have their own. It's called RTX, Rooster Teeth Expo.
It's
crazy. In Austin every year, and every year there's a fuckface museum, which they have like where they show off like all their different memorabilia and shit that they've talked about, because it's just like it's like 4 or like 3 really like close friends who all have these garbage inside jokes and all sorts of shit. But
fuck yeah,
I know it's like cool. Like man, that's quite the heirloom Jackie Chan tuxedo.
Dude, I've been thinking about getting like just a low level, like to where the camera can see it, right? Like a fucking a shelf.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Much. But yeah, like me and Christian, like we talked about the Melvins one time, and he's got one of like, it's probably like 1 in 1,000 pedal, but it's pedals that the Melvins make personally. They create them. So he's got one of those. So that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
I don't know what else we have. I've got some old like.
It's time to start collecting though.
Yeah,
get some cool.
We got some cool like comic books
some good
that we
vinyls
talked
too,
about.
Right?
Yeah.
Because vinyls are always cool.
Yeah, some
even
vinyls.
If they're like mass reproduced, still like the cover art is always awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've got some fucking old Playboys that have your mom in.
There's a picture of my mom when in 1995 when the Murrah bombing happened. My mom worked there, like not in the building. She was like first responder, and so her and my grandpa were there pulling like corpses out. It's really grim. But there's a picture of my mom at the bombing. Like you can see the building behind her. It's fucking rubble, just destroyed. And my mom had just dyed her hair blonde. My mom's a redhead naturally, but like she had this long blonde hair blowing in the wind, and she always reposts it every year because it's a really hard day for her. And my boss saw it, and he goes, "Man, me and 95 Heather Perkins would have gone at it."
Oh my
And so now he always talks about 95 Heather Perkins.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Your boss said that?
Yeah,
that's hilarious. He just texted to you, or he said it on the comments?
He said it to my face.
That's hilarious.
And anytime we talk about my mom, he goes, 95 Heather Perkins?
Can we go back in time? Yeah, if you would go back in time for any reason, would you go back to 95 to see your mom?
What's up, Mom?
95 Heather Perkins, can I get your autograph?
She's like covered in dead bodies.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, that's a little gruesome, huh?
Yeah.
Get out.
So if you could go back in time, where would you go? Like, I feel like the right answer is like to change some terrible event.
Yeah, but you can't just shoot Hitler. Like, you've seen all those movies where you just go shoot Hitler and then the world is like action, like all the. Wait, no. Have you seen that one where they go back and they kill Hitler and then everybody is Jewish?
I have not seen that.
I guess it's because like there's actually still a lot of Jewish people, right? So it's like, if we didn't kill 6 million of them back then there would be a lot more Jewish people. I don't know. I guess that's what they're trying to get at.
We'll go back to that one. But I think my pick would be like someplace in ancient Greece. Like, man, I want to see like how that shit was going. I want to see
shit, dude.
Man, the library or like any of that shit, like the Colossus of Rhodes. Man, that would be cool.
The thing about that is like it really depends on what's happening. Like, are you going back as the fucking Christmas time spirit where nobody sees you and you just
yeah. Because I don't want to go back and like live like I'm born and I'm dead. Cool.
Yeah, like
died in the womb.
A dude kicked me in the brain.
Make it.
Yeah, like that's fucked. Or like a snake eats your head or something.
Yeah, or you're just like born and you're like, oh cool, I'm gonna be fucking Roman, and then you look up and you're like at Vesuvius when it explodes. And you're turned into the masturbating man like ash statue.
Yeah, there was a lot of death. So
yeah,
it's tough. That's a tough gig, dude. I thought that was a beer this whole time.
Nah, dude, it's just tea. Liquid Death should
I thought it
sponsor
was
the
water.
podcast, but they did, so that's like they get like, I think it's from like the French Alps is the water they get, something like that. It's a mountain range. This is tea brewed with that water.
Dude, I'll tell you what. What is the difference between Detroit pizza and regular pizza?
Does Detroit pizza have needles on it or something? I don't know.
I don't know. I was hoping that you did.
I'm a big pizza guy, but not a big like. I just want a pepperoni pizza, like a lot of it, but I don't want like some bullshit.
Like a lot of
Like
but what about like New York pizza though? Like New York style.
like is that just normal?
No, I think it's like thinner.
See, I like a
And
good
then,
thick
like-
crust.
Yeah, it's like a fucking meaty crust, right? It's got good breading on the crust.
Oh, but like
but
thin
the-
cheese.
It's like, yeah, I don't know, man.
fucking
It's not
hungry.
like a thin crust, like where they make it flaky. It's like the same consistency as regular pizza, but it's thinner.
I don't know. I guess I've only eaten normal pizza. I don't know.
I mean, Papa John's is like
I
New York style,
dude, I used to be so anti Papa John's, and now that I'm like poor, I'm like so pro Papa John's.
but it's expensive. What the fuck?
yeah, but it's like I'm like, oh man, I want to go like get a take and bake from fucking Papa Murphy's.
Murphy's.
yeah, it's like, all right, here's
No.
a $35 pizza.
Yeah, and it's fucking yeah. I
I
don't
gotta
know.
do all the fucking work.
Yeah, you have to cook it, man. I don't like that.
man.
And it's like a fucking Subway line. Like, what do you want?
Yeah. I follow this dude on TikTok. He lives in Chicago. He's like a native Chicagoan, and people are always like, "Oh man, Chicago style pizza," you know.
Yeah, I
And,
hate it.
and then he's like, "Yeah, nobody eats that shit. That's tourist shit."
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, that's just all for tourists. Like,
Good.
like yeah. I was like, man, I've never eaten one, but I definitely don't fucking want to.
Yeah, man. They put the sauce on the top.
Yeah,
it's
it looks
it's
like, man, it just sounds like I'm just gonna
ridiculously
get all over my shirt. Like, I'm
You
fat. I already
are.
got enough shirt stains. Don't add to them.
messy. Yeah, it's the fucking worst, dude.
On my fucking cruise that I just got off of, dude, they had a like party or like there's just food everywhere. So it's like a dining room. There's actually on this boat there was like 3. It's fucking huge, where you can eat breakfast and dinner, like full wait staff. At like whenever you can go whenever you want or making a reservation, but there's like specialty restaurants all around the boat that you have to pay for. But then there's free restaurants, like part of your ticket. And one of them was a pizza shop. Man, they were serving fire pizza. And
They're free?
dude, oh yeah. And
Oh,
you
sweet.
just walk up, you go through the line, and you like hand her your plate, and you're like, how many pizza? And dude, I swear to God, it was the same lady there every day. And I would go at 8 in the morning, or I would go at like 9 at night, and she was always there.
Oh yeah.
And she was always pulling fresh pizzas out. They were probably going through, I would say, 2,000 pizzas a day. There were 6,000 people on that boat, and we were all eating pizza at some point that day, every
That's
day
crazy.
for 7 days straight.
It's pizza by the slice?
Yeah, but you just she's like, how many slices do you need? And then you're just like, I need 12. And she's like, okay, here you'll need 2 plates. That's all. And then they're like, make sure you grab your drink. And you're like, okay, thanks.
Fuck
So,
yeah,
man,
dude.
you're like, oh man, I'm a little peckish. I'm gonna go eat 2 pizzas. real
How
quick."
much? How much was the ticket to the cruise?
Man, I can't even remember because I booked this shit 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Fucking COVID made
Yeah,
me
the
came.
big,
This was
long-
the 4th. This was the 4th attempt. to
Did they
go
give
on it.
you anything?
So you get like 125% cruise credit, but it's been rescheduled so many times. I'm not even convinced I got it all. I just didn't even fucking care. I
Yeah.
was like, man, just give me on this goddamn boat.
Yeah, Jesus.
But man, it was a good time. Fucking relaxing, and I ate
It was
so much goddamn food.
Royal Caribbean or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like how I called you a sellout?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I thought it was
big
hilarious.
Royal Caribbean guy, man.
Are you?
Yeah, that ship that I posted, that's like one of the 2 new ones they have coming out. I was just reading about it before I came over today, actually. Like it's today it passed its last inspection, the last of 82 inspections or something like that. Before, and then in like 2 months it sails from Finland where it's at to Miami, and then it'll be in like production. It'll be in route up forever.
I imagine being a cruise boat inspector though. You're just like
man, that sounds like an awesome job.
you show up like, all right, we're gonna start, and we'll be done in like.
4 days.
Yeah.
See you guys on the beach.
I'll see you on the other side, pal.
Man, some of that shit, some of those guys, they work crazy, man. There was one dude on one of the bars that we frequented on the boat. We went there at least twice a day, and he was just chatting us up because he was really friendly. And I was like, man, when's your next day off? Like, I'm just curious. And he's like, so the route the boat's on now is the last one it's going to make. And then it's sailing from when it took us back to Galveston, it's going to sail to Miami where it gets a new route. And he said after that, he works that route until February and then he'll have a day off.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He doesn't have a day off until February. And he's like,
I wonder if they pay him
he was like, you got to think of it like this.
Is this the captain or just the guy that works there?
This was a bartender. Like,
Oh
not even a
my
bartender. He wasn't
God.
mixing the drinks. He was bringing me the drinks.
Holy shit.
Yeah. He was like, I go home for vacation and you go on vacation to get away from home.
Damn.
And he's like, so I'll go home for like 3 months or whatever. And when I'm ready, he's like, I'm tenured. So I just text my boss when I'm ready to come back and he gives me options for which ship I want to go to. And I catch a plane and then I'm on that ship until I'm ready until my stuff is done.
Jesus. How
I know.
old was the guy?
He was, where was he from? I can't remember which place he was from. He was, I'd say in his 40s. But I mean, there were some older people there. In the crew staff. I mean, I can't imagine anybody gets too late into their life doing it just because, like, you got priorities, you settle down
Yeah.
and do shit. But,
Yeah, fuck having to do that.
you know,
But also, like, fuck regular jobs.
yeah, for real.
I mean-
Fuck regular jobs. I mean, and in none of these, I always make a list. My phone's all the way over there on the floor, but of where everybody who helped me on the cruise ship is from, just because it's on their name tag. So
Oh,
it's like
gotcha.
that guy's name was like Kellen. And I think he was from Jamaica or someplace tropical. And he was, there was zero people who ever helped me from America.
Yeah, I got a real question here. In the route, there's no, like, it doesn't fucking... Wait. What was your route? I guess.
Like, where did we go?
Yeah, well, like, I'm trying to see, because I don't really know geography, but
So
was there ice in the water?
No.
There's no ice in the water ever.
We were in the Gulf of Mexico.
So you couldn't.
No.
I want to experience that.
What? The Titanic? Is
I
that
don't,
what we're
I
getting
don't
at?
want to get hit by the ice, but I want to be
Dude.
like, it's cold as fuck out here.
So we sailed, like we left from Galveston and we sailed for 3 days straight, which was a little miserable, to be honest. On my first cruise a few years back, 5 years now, we did sail one day, then hit a port, sail one day, then hit a port, then sail one day and hit a port. This day it was sail for 3 days and then hit a port one day, a port one day, a port one day, and then sail 2 days back. And the 3 days straight of sailing was a little brutal just because like you will run out of things to do. But we hit Honduras, which was like, I could tell it was supposed to be pretty, but
Yeah.
man, was it fucking monsooning. Like, I've never seen rain like that, dude.
Oh, I
Fucking,
gotcha.
like, knee high. It was 10 in the morning, knee high water everywhere. Soaked the second I stepped off the boat. And, like, we got to the bus to take us on our excursion, which was on the other side of the fucking island. So we were, like, drenched for a 30-minute bus ride. And, you know, we're pretty close to the fucking equator, so these guys, they ain't pumping the heat on for us. They have the AC blasting, so we're shivering the whole way
Oh, shit.
on this bus ride. Traffic's terrible because there are no fucking road laws whatsoever in this place. Like, everybody, I was like, man, this looks like some racist ass, like, TV shows interpreted. Like, I need a sepia filter over my life, just like, because I feel like I'm in, like, some place where, like, there's no laws and everybody's just doing what they can to get by. And, dude, I shit you not. Like, the street was just running water. Just like knee high running water, free flowing like a river.
Oh, yeah.
And down, we're stuck there for a second. There's a car wreck in front of us. Who would have guessed it?
Yeah.
But she's like, this actually doesn't happen very often. I was like, bull fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Weird. Yeah.
But this dude comes walking down the street with his hands out to his sides like this, with his keys in one hand and his water bottle in the other, and a like wrist length black like swim shirt and a Speedo, nothing else. Just walking through the street, looking lost as hell. And all of the locals are coming out of their shops to watch this dude in a Speedo. And he doesn't look like a tourist. He looks like a local.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like, there's no like, he doesn't have his backpack and his walking shoes and his like sun hat on like me.
Yeah.
Like, no sunscreen, like, not rubbed in on his face. This dude was like, he lived there and he just looked so lost and he was wearing barely any clothes.
Fuck
But
yeah,
yeah,
dude.
but that, man, that was the coldest we got because it was fucking just just pouring rain, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I would go on the cruise, man. Not a boat guy.
So like my ideal vacation is like absolute minimal effort mixed with not having to make decisions. And so like that's what a cruise is, man. You're free to do whatever the fuck you want or as little as you want. So that's why I like it. Like literally most of the days we spent sailing, there was a cafe that was in the main promenade area where there's like live music going on and all the shops are, everybody's sitting there, all the food, there's a big old water fountain. There's an actual bar that like goes up and it hovers and goes up and down just like in the water fountain. And like you get on it and then you ride it all the way up and you just get drinks and then you come down and you get drinks and whatever. It's cool. Like I just sat there in a cafe and just drank the free coffee and tea and just sat there and would just vibe. Because that was
Hell
like,
yeah.
that's all the fuck I want to do.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't want to be making decisions. I don't want to be leading people. I do that enough in the day to day.
Dude, I like the idea of like, I've talked about this before on the pod, but like going to Canada and just sitting by a stream or something, just like the peaceful stuff.
I've done some.
But dude, yeah, I've been to Alaska and stuff. But the thing is about that is like there's fucking bugs, and then it's the most annoying thing.
Oh my god, dude, yes.
It's
I cannot fucking stand bugs.
yeah, it sucks, man. So it's like that's all I want to do, but then it's like, how do I get around these bugs? And you really can't.
Yeah, man. The fucking fishing trip, I've done it twice where me and my buddy, we like, you fucking, first you have to drive to fucking Canada, which is miserable. And then like you get there and then they're like, okay, we'll see you in the morning, 4:30. And you're like, great. And so you get there for the longest day of your fucking life. Where they like, it's an hour and a half boat ride across like the water, and then you get to customs in Canada because you're in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then you get to customs, and then like some lady with leg hair and sandals comes out, and she's the custom agent, and she like checks your ID and your bags for weapons and shit. And
She's wearing shorts.
yeah, and it was cold. I think it was May both times,
Cold and she's
but
wearing
it was Canada. They don't get it was May in Canada. It wasn't cold to them. It was cold to us.
Oh, okay.
It was like 55 degrees outside.
You got the leg here.
Yeah.
To stop
And
it.
but like then it's another hour boat ride, and then you start hiking
God
20
damn.
fucking miles, carrying your fucking canoe. Every once in a while, you have to put it in the water and row because it doesn't connect. You have to like it's like called a portage where you like pick your canoe up and carry it. You're either doing that shit and carrying your 80-pound backpacks with all your fucking shit in it, or you were rowing. And it's just one day of solid fucking suck. Just eaten out by mosquitoes. But then you get there and it's fucking pristine wilderness. Not even I didn't see a soul the entire time.
Yeah.
And then you're like, man, the most primo fishing.
Dude, yeah.
You
The
just
fishing
you
is
catch
crazy.
like 3. And you're like, all right, this is all I need for the day.
Yeah.
And then you put them on your stringer, and then you just keep fishing. You
Yeah.
just throw everything else back.
Oh yeah.
And you just, man, I'm just gonna fish all day. Bring a fucking little stereo with you, not too loud, just loud enough, just for the vibes. And the fish don't fucking care. They've never heard music before. They're like,
Yeah.
what is that? We don't give a shit.
Dude,
So they're like, man, that shit is so.
we went to Anchorage, me and my mom, and I think we probably had this entire
so.
conversation before. But we went to Anchorage, and I just kind of was winging it. So we didn't have like a guide or anything. And we were driving by, and there's this fucking stream, and I just see it like it's under the fucking pass or whatever, and there's a bunch of people fishing down there. So I was like, "Hey, stop the car. Let's go down there." And I start fishing, and I caught like 7 fucking this big of fucking salmon.
Oh man, that's
Just
so
straight.
cool.
It was like an hour. Maybe
You couldn't eat them, could you? You just had to toss them.
No, yeah, I was gonna just catch and release, but these people came up and they were like actually doing it for food.
Oh,
And they didn't want to be fishing. They were just like, what are you going to do with these fish? And I was just, I'm going to catch and release. And they're, oh, can I have them? Okay.
yeah.
So I gave a dude like 5 fish, and he just went home. I was
Dude, hell yeah. When we first moved to Florida, I heard on the episode that came out today, y'all were talking about moving to us, or about him living in St. Pete, or his grandma living in St. Pete Christians. That's right where I lived in Florida, was in St. Pete, which is right next to Tampa. We moved there for like a year. And like when we moved there, I was like, I got to make some friends. So my mom was like, all right, go knock on houses, see who's got kids. So we went like,
Damn.
I know. I was what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
But we found this guy, or this kid, I can't remember his name. He was much older than us, but he was like, yeah, what's up, guys? You know, new to the neighborhood. And he's like, I got a boat. You guys want to go on a boat? So we went on a boat with a fucking stranger.
Nice.
And he was probably 15. I would say 10 or 11. And he like took us out. Like there was a canal that went through our backyard. Like it went through all the neighborhoods, just canals everywhere. Like that's how it worked. And those led out to the ocean. And
Wow.
so, like, you would just, like, hop on your boat and then go out to the ocean, and then it was open ocean. Do whatever the fuck you want. And so he just took us out to, like, this little place. Like, it wasn't quite to the ocean, but it was outside of the neighborhood. And we just, like, fished all day and caught, like, 35, like, saltwater cats.
Sick.
I know. And we took him back, and he's like, yeah, it's kind of illegal, but we don't care. I was like, cool. You know, I didn't know better. And my dad was like, fuck yeah, we'll have a fish fry. And he fried them up, and, man, they sucked.
They're not good?
They were so salty.
That's hilarious.
I know. Dude, all them fish died for me to fucking not eat them.
No. Dude, freshwater catfish is busting.
Oh, dude, man. Freshwater cat is so good. We just had a
Huge
fish fry
fan.
not that long ago.
Yeah. But, yeah, they're pretty easy to catch, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're not like, you're not fishing cats for a fight. You're fishing them to eat.
Yeah.
Man, I want to go to Alaska. I want to see whales. I'll settle for humpback whales because I feel like that's like what you can buy.
Uh-huh.
But man, to see a blue whale, that would be cool. The biggest animal to ever have existed. That would be awesome.
That would be kind of cool.
I bet you they're like whatever TV show you've ever seen them on that doesn't even do them justice, and
No,
you'll just
yeah,
fucking
there's
like
no
have a
way.
panic attack.
I doubt you'll actually be able to see the whole thing. Like, you have to turn your fucking head, you know?
Yeah,
It's wild. Fuck a big whale, man.
right in the blowhole.
Right in the blowhole. If you've got a dick big enough to fuck a whale in the blowhole,
You're doing good. You're doing the Lord's work.
you're doing real good. All right. Okay, so we're gonna do song of the week now, and the song of the week is
One hit wondies.
One Hit Wondies, Wonders of the World of One Hits. If you're a band and you have one hit,
And you are somewhat wondrous.
yeah, and all of the other songs you ever made were dog water. I'm just kidding. They can be good, but they just didn't.
Yeah,
they
I
just
mean,
didn't hit.
Back when radio was the only medium, I mean, how the fuck could you break through? You know, can't even imagine.
I feel like it's harder to break through now.
I feel like even if you do break through now, you're fucked by fucking Spotify, Apple Music,
Yeah,
all these companies now that want to own your ass. Shouts to Taylor Swift for not letting them do that. Hopefully you have $1 billion so you can re-record every song you ever made.
I'm sure she could.
She did.
Does she re-recorded all her
Yeah,
shit?
they would like, yeah, I can't remember the specifics, so I'm going to butcher it, but essentially the story was like, they were like, hey, she's like, hey, these are my songs. They're like, no, it's our songs. And so she's like, fuck you guys, and re-recorded all of her own songs and
Hell
then
yeah.
re-released them as, you know, this song, parentheses, Taylor's version. And
It's just the same?
It's just the same because she doesn't age because she's perfect. But but then now she's making all the money from her own fucking music. And she's a billionaire now. I think that's like relatively recently she's an actual billionaire.
That's insane.
That tour she's on right now, the Era tour, like they are impacting the economy. It's so impactful. They're going, these cities they're going to are seeing like such increases in their revenue that it's like showing up on their charts for the year and stuff. It's crazy. That's how many people are going to these fucking concerts.
That's wild.
And who would have thought, you know, fucking Taylor Swift. That's like crying.
Yeah, I mean, it's super popular, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I
I mean,
mean-
I'm not denying. She's out here killing it.
Yeah. I don't know. I fucked with 22 when it came out, but
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't even tell. That's the only one I could tell you her song, but that's not because she's a bad artist. It's because it's not my. If there's one genre of music I don't consume frequently, it's whatever Taylor Swift does.
I think it's just pop.
I mean, it was country, right? That's how it started, right? Wasn't it?
what? No, I thought that was like Miley Cyrus.
I don't fucking know.
I think Taylor Swift is the same. Has just always been the same.
But regardless,
I have no idea. Okay, my song for this week is "Jerk It Off." No, it's "Jerk It Out" by the Caesars. We're gonna play it from 11 seconds. So here we go.
Wind me up, put me down, stop me up and watch me go. I'll be running circles around you sooner than you know. A little love and
That's all we get.
that's all we get.
But I think a lot of people know that one, you know?
I do recognize it.
It's in the fucking bench woman.
Caesars? Is it like Caesar, like the Roman Emperor, like scissors spelled funny, or
It's Caesar like the Roman Empire.
cool,
Or, yeah, Emperor.
Emperor. So my track is an incredibly popular song. That,
Okay.
yeah, but I feel like it influenced so much music and gets like lost because it's been remade so many times, and also like, what the fuck else did they do? So mine are going to be "Sweet Dreams Are Made of This" by the Eurythmics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, name another song.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like absolutely not. I think we'll just play it from the beginning because
Okay.
I mean it's the same chorus on loop for 4 minutes. So, so just stick it in the phone and the thing.
Yeah, just hit play.
sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world.
Here's the question. What the fuck instrument is that?
Dude, I know.
Is it just keys?
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, maybe like 2 sets. I don't know.
It also sounds like it was fucking produced because it's got this in and out effect where it like dips, the sound dips out
Yeah.
and comes in. It's fucking weird.
I know. It's so good. Like that influenced my music taste as a kid very heavily. Cause like, it was like, oh, my mom's like, this is a great album. You should get this. And then it wasn't a great album. It's just one good song.
Yeah.
But then like right next door to it is like one step away from something else that I found. And it just like, I just distinctly remember every CD I ever had. My dad was like, hey, I'm gonna burn you some new songs so you can see if you like these. I'm like, put a fucking "Sweet Dreams Are Made of This" on there.
That's all I like.
Yeah. That's just that 15 times.
That's funny. What was the first album that you bought?
Okay, I have 2 answers. One is, so as a kid growing up, my music taste was drastically different than it is now.
Yeah.
Big Rascal Flatts guy.
Huge Rascal Flatts.
So I distinctly remember, like, I was listening to the radio. We were outside some shop, and they're like, "Rascal Flatts, new album just dropped. Here's the hits. What hurts the most?" And I was like, "Oh man, this song's a fucking banger." And and I was like, "Okay, Mom, we got to go get this album." So I don't remember. I think the album was called "Me and My Gang," I think. But that was definitely the first one I bought with my own like allowance.
Yeah.
But the first album, I distinctly remember like open to closing, like listening to over and over and over, was Black Sabbath "Paranoid." Like that is such an influential album for me and for music.
Yeah.
Like I remember playing, like sitting on my bed playing Call of Duty, not having the headset on, instead having my earbuds in, just listening to "Paranoid" on repeat, just the song "Paranoid,"
No
like the
shit.
2.5 minute song, because I wanted to memorize the lyrics. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, I've got this one down, on to the next one. So I just did that over and over and over. And War Pigs to this day is still my favorite song of all time. I
Dude,
think.
War Pigs is busting. Yeah.
Man, the outro to fucking to War Pigs, just the solo, you know, Ozzy's done singing. It's just that last section, fucking Tony Iommi's just tearing it up, man. That shit always gives me chills.
Dude, I listened to probably middle school time frame. I listened to probably like 3 Doors Down and like All American Rejects and shit. That was my jam.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't really like 3 Doors Down. All American Rejects, I still like get a couple of songs, but
Is 3 Doors Down the band that has Kryptonite, or is that 3 Days Grace?
yeah, it's Kryptonite. Yeah.
Okay.
that's 3
That
Doors Down.
song is very good.
I don't like it, man.
Really?
I don't like them at all. But I used to listen to this one specifically. It was Citizen Soldier. Just absolutely gay as fuck.
It sounds gay. That sounds
Dude,
that sounds bootlicky as hell. Just got the whole boot in his mouth.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, Jake, my buddy from 2nd grade, he showed me that song, and yeah, I listened to that motherfucker on repeat.
Dude, that's not as embarrassing as What Hurts the Most by Rascal Flatts.
What hurts the most?
Dude, that's it right there.
Yeah, that's a banger, dude.
Is it?
Come
I don't
on,
know.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was a lot. It was on the radio a lot.
It was, yes.
Yeah. Rascal Flatts. I didn't know that was Rascal Flatts.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I know is the fucking Life is a Highway.
Man, I don't like that song.
Yeah. I learned it on guitar.
Even when I was a Rascal Flatts diehard fan as a child, when that song came on, I was like, turn it off.
Yeah,
I can't listen to this shit.
I only listen to the underground parts of Rascal
like-
Flatts.
That's your clip for the episode right there. Right at the start, right before the theme song.
Yeah, dude, that shit. Fucking Rascal Flatts. Hell yeah, dude.
Are they still touring?
I don't know. I thought they were dead. I thought they were done.
I don't know.
What the fuck? Dude, what is Steven Tyler? Is he an alien?
You ever seen that video of him talking with Oprah about how much coke he's put in his nose, like how like his guesstimation?
No, I heard that,
insane money.
I heard that his voice got like that because he used to drink like liquid heroin.
It wouldn't surprise me, dude. Man, I was listening to Aerosmith on the way over here, man. I've been getting into Aerosmith again.
I fuck with him. I like Crying is a good one, and then there's another one, Angel.
Angel,
But
yeah.
I think one of them is super bluesy at the beginning, and I fucking love that shit. It's the blues rock thing that I like about
Oh yeah,
him,
I love
you
it,
know?
man. And man, you forget how many hits Aerosmith has too.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like, oh man, I'm getting back in Aerosmith. Let's see if there's a hits album that I can just pull from for my playlists. And they're like, oh yeah, Aerosmith's greatest hits. I was like, 25 songs. I was like, man,
Bro, I went to go see Journey and Toto with my dad.
man, Toto would be good. I don't know about Journey, but
Well, I got a newfound love for Journey at that concert because I don't know. Journey was like, but my dad, he's always loved them. And so,
I remember Josh talking about your dad loving Journey. And
Yeah.
playing for who as a kid? What was the band that he talked about playing for? Was it
Survivor?
Survivor? Josh always talking about that
Yeah,
shit.
dude, he brags about it every time, man. He owned a bar called Dusters, and Survivor played at his bar, but he didn't open for him. But I thought it was pretty cool. You know, he did.
Dude, that's cool.
He did some music stuff when he was younger. But anyway, Journey, they have more hits than fucking
Oh my god, it's insane.
a ridiculous amount of hits. But we were naming it. I was just like, okay, so they played, I don't know, 20 hits back to back. So what else do they got? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they have anymore. I was like, they haven't played Separate Ways. So that's one. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he started naming just bam, bam, bam. And I'm like, oh, I know all these songs. And they haven't played them yet. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Dude, must be good. Nice having all those hits that you're like, oh man, which hit are we not playing today?
Right. Yeah. Jesus.
Man, you know what sucks about like my favorite band is Iron Maiden. Like all my favorite songs, especially like because since they were in their prime 4 years before my birth.
Yeah.
I was like I didn't have the radio exposure, so I didn't know what the hits were. So like I've all of my favorite tracks are songs they never fucking play live.
Yeah.
And they're all, and I like, there's always on every Maiden album, there's at least one like really long track, like 8-9 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're 12. There's one on one of their more recent albums is 21 minutes.
Jesus.
It's fucking phenomenal. Empire of the Clouds. It's got this beautiful piano open that Bruce Dickinson wrote. It's fucking awesome. It's all about like the Hindenburg, like, Zeppelin explosion. Fucking awesome song. But, they never play any of this shit live that I love.
No way you would
And
play 21 minutes of
They
one
even
song
get,
live.
like, they're not, Iron Maiden's not bad, like, about playing only hits. They play lots of songs, and then I'll go to a concert, and I'll be like, I've never heard them play this live.
Uh-huh.
But it's still not deep enough into because they have so many fucking albums, because
Yeah.
they're still recording albums. They're still going. And it's like, oh man, they're never going to play this song that I love.
Is it original members still?
Oh, yeah.
All the originals.
So, but not quite. Like, so originally, their first two albums, Killers and the Iron Maiden was their first self-titled album, and then Killers. That was with a singer named Paul Di'Anno, they booted him out for Bruce. They had, I think it was, I can't remember, maybe like Samson or something like that, some band that Bruce was singing for, and they like played with him like, this guy is the future.
No
So
shit.
he switched, and then they recorded the Number of the Beast, which was fucking huge.
Yeah.
And then it was Bruce through the 80s all the way to the 90s, and then Bruce was like, I'm gonna go solo. And so they had this guy, Blaze Bailey. He came and did some, and there was very tonal shift for Maiden. Bruce had this, or Bruce is, he could hit these high notes. He was shouting, and he was, doing his shit around the stage that he always does. Even to this day, he's out there in leather pants and a ponytail and doing like with a flamethrower on his backpack, like ziplining around the stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's putting a show
He's
on.
old, yeah. But Blaze Bailey was like, his songs were more chill. Yeah, they had good riffs, but there were a couple hits that, which sucks because his hits sound so much better when Bruce sings them live. even now that Bruce is old, like they sound so good when he sings them live. One of the Blaze Bailey's best Maiden hits was "Sign of the Cross," and it's got this phenomenal acoustic bass. They bring it out like on a fucking pedestal for Steve Harris to play, and he doesn't even take off his electric bass. He just plays it on the pedestal, and then they like scoot it out of the way while they shift, and like all these dudes with these burning crosses come out on the stage, and it's fucking awesome. Killer shit. But then Bruce came back in the early 2000s and has been going all the way. I know that one of the early drummers, he might have died early on, or he had some disease or something. And then they've added a guitarist, but never taken away a guitarist.
Okay.
But Steve Harris, the bassist, he's always been the lead. Like, he's always been the songwriter, and he's always been the leader of the band.
And he's still
thumping away.
the OG.
You ever seen him play bass?
No.
Man, crazy. Like,
who is this band though? Like, what is their number one?
Iron Maiden?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would have to be like what their number one song is.
Yeah.
I guess it would have to be The Trooper. I mean, let's see what Spotify says. What their number one hit is.
The Trooper. I can't say I've heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds like we're about to have another song of the week.
Yeah. We're doing 2 songs.
Yeah, The Trooper. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Throw it on.
yeah.
Find a good spot for it.
The open is really good.
Okay.
It's you can really hear Steve Harris's bass, but he's so cool because like he's the leader of the band. He writes the songs. He's a phenomenal bass player. He plays with 3 fingers. Like
Okay.
he's always
Oh,
going
like-
so fast that he uses a pinky.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see him use 4. He's always going so fast, but he's never the focus.
Gotcha.
But
He's a backing guy.
Yeah, here's The Trooper. That's 15.
I imagine that would be really cool live. For sure.
They was put on a killer show. Even now that they're old and like Bruce has had throat cancer once,
Jeez.
and he's still going strong.
The guy the singer?
The singer, yeah.
Holy shit, man. That
Yeah.
sucks.
He can belt vocals, man.
That's wild.
Yeah. If they ever come to Paycom, you should grab a ticket. It's worth a show. Even if you don't know their songs, man, you're in for a trip.
Yeah, I can't say that. I just recently started getting into that old metal genre stuff.
Mhm.
So I haven't really listened to a whole lot of them.
You know, one thing that you and Christian are very good at that I can never do is discerning what fucking genre is what. Like,
Dude,
you all be like,
Christian's
it's
good
like
at it.
post-punk something or other. And I'm like, man, I listen to so many bands that I have I have no fucking clue what they fall into.
Well, the only thing that kind of blows my mind a little bit is because I said pop earlier for Taylor Swift, but it's like pop really isn't a genre. It's just what's popular at the time.
yeah.
So it's like, what is that
Yeah, I have no
for
idea.
her? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you could put, honestly, like if you look it up on Spotify, they try to, I mean, they're really bad at it, but they try to do their fucking shit. Saying what genre it is, you know? Let's see.
There's one band I listen to. They're called Convent. It's all female death metal from Sweden. Very good band. Very worth looking into. They, like, I saw it in an interview. They're like, what genre do you fall into? And they're like, we're anti-human metal. And I was like, oh, that's fucking metal as hell.
Really metal. We are a lot of metal.
Lots of metal.
Dude, okay, so Taylor Swift is that rarest of pop phenomena, a superstar who managed to completely cross over from country
Hey, I crushed it.
to the mainstream. So they're just saying that she's pop.
And you know what is fucking crazy is like I've seen clips of her concerts where she's pulling in tens of thousands of people every day, and she's out there and she's singing her pop songs, and then they'll pull out an acoustic guitar and she'll fucking play these old country hits, and people are like just creaming about it.
Oh yeah, I mean that would be cool to see.
And you know that's because I mean she's a good artist, but also like people are there to see Taylor Swift. They're like not necessarily like, oh, I love Taylor Swift songs. They're like, I love Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
So
that's weird.
I mean, she's managed to, you know, cultivate that persona of Taylor Swift that is just insanity.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, and I wonder if she'll ever be able to live a normal life again. You know, like
No,
anything.
definitely not.
So I saw a clip on TikTok of her like just walking out of her house, and people they're like, oh, they're on my front yard, and she was like in the cab or like in the back of like a limo, and she's like, yep, there are people in my yard.
I can't imagine she's not being swarmed 100% of the time.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. If you do that, you're fucking weird.
Yeah,
I'm saying it right now. Fucking leave people alone, dude.
that's true. Yeah, you are fucking weird.
Yeah, like hey, man, you see somebody you know that's famous, and you want to say to them, be like, hey man, big fan, keep it up. Don't interrupt their family dinner for a fucking photo, you piece of shit.
Yeah, no, she can't go to any restaurants.
No,
like
no.
you got to buy.
I
The
saw a
fucking
clip
restaurant
I saw a clip that she tried to do that, and like the people swarmed the restaurant, and like the restaurant manager or owner like had to like call the police.
Yeah.
He's like, this is insane. I can't live like this.
God damn, dude. Okay, so I guess I'll do a. I mean, what would we even?
Give us an '80s track. What you said you've been getting into the older stuff.
Okay.
I could pick Iron Maiden picks for days.
I'll go with my favorite Metallica song.
Yeah. See, I'm not a big Metallica guy. I would not pass up an opportunity to see them live, though. Man,
It would be a banger.
my uncle, he said like he got to see Metallica live once, and the show sounded so cool. He's like, it was Godsmack who opened, and then Rammstein, and then Metallica.
I don't like Rammstein at all.
Really?
No,
Oh, I
yeah.
love it. And
Dude.
but they're pyro shows. You can't deny. They do some crazy shit.
I haven't seen any.
Oh,
of
dude,
it.
he like lights himself on fire. You'll see videos of him like bloody at the concerts. Fucking, I love their like the keyboardist. Like he's always like on a treadmill, just doing crazy shit.
What?
He's always walking. Like I was like, man, that's the way to get your steps in, dude.
Christian said the wizard keyboard thing was from the guy from Yes.
Really?
Yeah, he said he made that whole persona. Like before that, there was no wizard keyboard thing, and I'm like, that's crazy because it's like that's like a fucking stipulation, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, and then but you got all kinds of crazy stuff like the Who and the fucking windmill. It's like everybody's doing the windmill, but nobody knows where it came from.
Yeah.
It was the guy from the Who. So I don't know. That's cool stuff. Battery by Metallica. Okay, yeah. So it opens up with this fucking like, obviously the acoustic guitars, and I love that shit. And then, like, he's just doing like little noodles in between, you know. It's just like dun, 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 dun.
I feel like that's always been Metallica's like bread and butter right there. Is those guitar lines like that?
Yeah.
It's just like any good Metallica song that I can think of. It's got some bit of that going on.
Yeah.
So as a drummer,
What do you got?
what do you think about Metallica's drums?
Okay.
Because that's that's like a meme online. They're
Yeah.
always talking about what's his name, Lars.
Yeah.
Like how he's a shitter.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody gives shit to Lars, but it really depends on who you are. If you're a fucking professional drummer, okay, yeah, he doesn't do anything that's like super special. It's not like he's just fucking
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of does play fast. I mean,
But at the same time, like you're not Metallica.
that's true.
Like
That's true.
they're not Metallica. So.
But I'll give him half credit for that. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't do anything crazy, and then some of his stuff is like you could have done that smoother. You know, it's choppy. It's kind of weird, but I think that makes the fucking not the genre, but the band what it is. You know, so he's an integral part. I think, you know, of the band, but. For me, not a professional drummer, not Lars. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, for me, I'm not gonna shit on the guy. I think he's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, he's,
You know what I
he's in
mean?
Metallica, so you have to be, right?
I think he's good. Yeah, and he obviously could play in time. I think that's part of it. Is that he probably plays out of time every now and again. But he did well enough to fucking be one of the biggest bands that ever lived. So what are you gonna do? So yeah, that's my take.
I had someone ask me the other day, they're like, if you had to pick what drummer would replace Neil Peart if Rush ever did a reunion tour, who would you pick?
They said Lars.
No.
Oh
No, but no, absolutely not. We both, I can't think of the guy's name, the drummer from Tools, who we both picked.
Danny Carey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the guy's phenomenal and he's methodical.
Yeah, he's
But,
crazy. I don't know if I would pick him.
My real world answer was like, I feel like they would pick John Bonham's son because that guy, he's always filling in for band tours. But you know,
I want to
like,
do somebody who does technical stuff because that's pretty much their thing is
precision.
precision. Yeah, so they play exactly the same shit. Like they'll do the stuff in unison.
Yeah.
Like the drums and the guitar will do the same. Like they'll do a lick in unison, and it's fucking nasty. And yeah, so I feel like it has to be somebody that can break in and out of time. And it's not really out of time, but break out of your groove
Yeah.
and just immediately do that unison and then go back into the groove. And then you also have to be like real creative. So
Yeah.
just that's fucking. What do you say, Neil Peart or Neil Peart?
Peart. That's what I would
Yeah,
say.
that's what I thought it was Peart too. But yeah, that's Neil Peart in a nutshell.
I'm
man.
so thankful I got to see them on that farewell tour.
Oh yeah, man. I haven't got to see him in there. He's dead. So
Yep. He's gone skis. Gone too soon too. He was not that old.
yeah, man. That's
I
tough.
don't even know if he reached 70. I think that he might be like 69, something like that. Nice.
I don't know.
But
Yeah, that's tough, man. Neil Peart, rip, dead.
rip and dead.
Yeah, he's dead and rip. Would you eat?
Mm.
Probably.
I'm pretty fucking hungry.
Would you eat a frog leg?
Oh yeah,
Big
definitely,
frog leg
definitely.
guy. Okay.
On the cruise, I tried escargot, which is like snail. Man,
Okay, so you just eat anything.
dude. I mean, it sounds gross, but man, it was like they brought out this dish and it had like 5. It kind of looked like something you'd put Play-Doh in. Like it was like a pan, had 5 little divots in it all around it, and on the top of it was just garlic butter with a big breadstick, and in the 5 divots was garlic butter with a piece of snail in it, cooked.
Oh, okay.
And so you're like, oh man, it's snail. I'm gonna give it a shot. So I try it. It's like biting into a stick of garlic butter. That's what the texture was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was not bad at all. Very edible.
What about shit? Those fucking things that you rip their head off and then you suck out
crawdads? Definitely, I'd try that.
Huge.
I never
crawdad
have,
guy,
but
huh?
I would like to.
Oh, okay.
Especially if it was like professionally prepared by like a Creole person. I don't want
Yeah.
no white people crawdads.
Yeah, dude. I can't get behind it because it's like,
They are like water roaches. Like they're fucking gross looking.
well, you rip its head off and then what's in there? It's not cooked, right? It's just fucking organs and stuff.
I just cooked. I mean, you boil it. You
It's
boil it. That's
fucking
like the thing.
gnarly, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
I would give it a shot. I'm not sure I would like it or not. If it was spicy, I'd probably like it. Big spicy guy.
Let's see. What about oysters? You
I've
eat
eaten them.
Okay.
They're hard. They're hard though. Like I'm a big
It's like-
texture guy, and that is a
Yeah,
rough
I imagine
texture.
it's like fucking mucus.
It's slimy, man. It's
Yeah,
slimy.
it's fucking
I've
big ball mucus.
eaten a lot of mussels. Those are nice because they're
Mussels are
cooked. That's good shit right there.
I love mussels.
But I tried oysters once on a vacation in Florida, and then we were with my partner's stepdad, who's a piece of shit and I fucking hate. But that's a different story. He's like, put some horseradish and some hot sauce on it, and I was like, wow, this just tastes like slimy horseradish and hot sauce. Individually, I like, but not slimy and cold.
Yeah. Let's see what else is like. Would you eat a fucking monkey's brain?
I don't know if I'm a big brain guy. We watch a lot of like bizarre foods, like Andrew Zimmern. You ever watch him?
No.
Man, he's good. All his shit's on HBO now, on Max, I guess is what it's called. But it's Bizarre Foods is what it's called. Really good show, and he tries a lot of brains. And man, sometimes I'm like, I could try this because I'm like, man, this old lady, she knows what the fuck she's doing. This old lady somewhere who's preparing this shit. But other times I'm like, man, they just cracked that thing open. I don't know if I'm doing that.
Yeah. Fucking let's see. Would you eat a brog?
A big brog guy.
From The Office. He's like, make me it's Dwight. And he's like, make me a list of things that you would do for something, right? And Jim's fucking with him and he said, eat a dog, eat a frog, and then he says, eat a brog. And Dwight comes up and he's like, yeah, eat a dog, that's interesting. Eat a frog, I understand that, but eat a brog? He's like, what is that? It's maybe just because I don't know what it is. Like, I was like, bro, it's not a thing. Stop. But you ever listen to like rap?
Some. So more recently than ever before. There was like a small phase where I was like a little bit of a bitch, and I was like really into Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah.
But not so much anymore. I really like chill rap, but rap is kind of like metal where there's so much. It's very hard to, especially if you're like new to it and you're like, I don't really know who's what. Like, it's very hard to filter what you want.
Oh, dude, you know what? I wanted to ask you this. Have you been to any concerts recently?
The most recent concert I went to was a year ago. I went to Heilung, the Scandinavian like ritualistic band, which was fucking life-changing. Fucking phenomenal, man. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Can't wait to do it again. There's like 20 people on stage. Like, everybody's got their own job.
That's
fucking
sick.
like everybody's in like antlers and headdresses.
Oh shit.
And like
what was the venue?
The Bomb Factory in Deep Ellum in Texas. Yeah, it's like an old bomb. It fucking is awesome venue. And they crowded that thing to the fucking capacity. They crowded it so much that, like, I don't know if they oversold the tickets or what and didn't expect everybody to show up, but everybody showed up. Like, the person standing next to me, who needed a fucking Tic Tac, by the way, he was like, yeah, I'm from New York City. We drove here.
Jeez,
I was like, this was in Dallas.
Holy shit.
I was like, fuck, you're insane. We drove from Oklahoma City and it was miserable enough.
Yeah. That's like 20 hours, man.
But, like the show was supposed to start at like, I think 10:30. No, that's not right. It's supposed to start at 9, and it didn't start until 10:30 because of how many people were outside the venue. We're standing because there's no sitting.
Damn.
Yeah, it was miserable for an hour and a half of standing next to this dude with stinky breath. But once the show started, man, like they came out on stage and were saging the whole stage with like burning sage.
Bro.
And then they came out in this fucking like prayer circle and did this like ritualistic prayer. And man, I knew some of the songs, and some of the songs I didn't know. None of it's in English. So like some of it I knew, but like, man, there's this one song where they like all howl like dogs for the start of it. And like, man, it fucking crazy. And there's this huge canvas drum in the back of the set of the stage. And while everybody's playing, these wooden chimes, and they're like 3-string violins that are like homemade, like from 450 years ago.
Okay.
Like crazy shit.
No shit.
Yeah. And like this dude is just pounding away on these drums. It's so fucking cool. And like, they had this one song where like they all came out, all these they had shields and spears, and they were all like pounding them to the rhythm. I know. And like one side was all dudes and one side was all chicks, and they were all like all shirtless, all painted, and they were all like just like battle ready. It was fucking cool. And then like they sacrificed one chick, like they like had her spear behind her back and tied her up and like stuff like that. It was
actually murdered her.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. She's dead. She's still there. So that's fucking cool.
They shut the show down because you're an active crime scene.
Yeah,
dude.
But man, that was so cool.
What was the band name though?
It's called Heilung. It's like Heilung. Very fucking cool.
That sounds like Christian's wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. I mean, I never thought I'd get to see him live. I never thought they'd even come to our country, and they did. And I was like, they're not coming here. And the month before that, I had Iron Maiden in Dallas. So I was like, I already spent money on this concert, but I'm not gonna be able to go. And Casey, my partner, surprised me with tickets. Mm-hmm. So we went. So that was fucking great.
Me and Christian went to see Mastodon once.
Yeah.
In I think it was in Dallas too. But we saw Mastodon. Opeth was there,
Oh, that's nice.
and I think they were co-headlining. And then it was Zeal and Ardor as an opener, and they are this like experimental band. But they do metal or like black metal with like old slave songs. It's honestly really interesting. But I don't know, like they're decent, but they have like their metal is not very experimental. It's like basic, like regular 6 chugs in a row.
6
4
big chug guy.
chugs. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like that, but it's experimental and I liked it a lot. So Zeal and Ardor, they're cool.
Yeah.
And then Opeth blew me away, but I can't say I'm like a big Opeth fan either. Mastodon, never liked them. But they do fucking cool shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Man,
So-
that I would say one of the worst concert I ever saw was definitely Black Label Society. Terrible, fucking awful. I'll never. It was such a bad day because it was a zoo amphitheater. It's fucking cold. It
Dog
was rainy. Yeah, like it was fucking drenching, just pouring rain. And I sat through all of this just to get to Megadeth, and then the power went out right as Black Label Society finished their set.
Oh, and they didn't come on?
Dave Mustaine was coming out on stage, and the power goes out.
And
They
just
wait
were
15 minutes, and then Dave Mustaine was like, "Sorry guys, there's nothing we can do."
Damn.
The Transformer blew, and they're like, "Rain check tickets," and so that rain check actually worked out well. It wasn't Megadeth who I wanted to see, but I actually went with your brother because my dad didn't want to go to the rain check because it was Alice in Chains, Jane's Addiction, and Coheed, and we didn't get to see Coheed because it was we had marching band that day, so we had to go after practice. It was like a Tuesday night.
Okay.
So we drove to the zoo. And we got there just as Jane's Addiction was going on, and that was that was the epitome of I can't stand this music. It sucks, but they're doing cool shit. they're doing the typical chicks swinging from the rafters with the hooks through their back.
Yeah. Okay.
Like crazy shit. I've never seen anything like that.
That's weird.
And I had no exposure to that band either.
You ever watch any old like classic rock bands
Like, what do you mean?
like Styx?
Like, I never seen any videos of them. No.
Oh no. Okay. Like live.
Oh,
is what I
live?
was trying to say.
Maiden doesn't count. They're metal. I've seen Maiden 6 times.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking more like hair metal.
No, I don't think so.
But I saw Styx, and the guy, I can't remember his name, but he's old as fuck. They're like 70 years old. Right?
Yeah.
And he starts running around, and he wall runs like 10 feet in the air on the cabs, bro, and like jumps off and is like hits the power cord. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this guy's actually an alien. Like, he probably broke his knees on the way down. And then there's that was one side of the spectrum. So you got Tom Cruise, and then the other side was like the other guitarist, and he's just like an old fucking guy. He looked like a lizard, and he just like, he is animatronic. I mean,
like a Chuck E. Cheese fucking animatronic.
Yeah,
Just like this.
Yeah, dude, it was hilarious. But they put on a good show. So
Yeah, but the Alice in Chains was really cool. I'm a big Alice in Chains guy.
yeah, I like them. Some of their stuff.
I don't like a lot of their hits, but man, like Nutshell, that song always fucking blows me away.
Post Malone just did a cover of Them Bones.
I like Them Bones. That was my Guitar Hero like Alice in Chains introduction was Them
Yeah.
Bones. I remember I have a very distinct memory about Them Bones. I was playing it and I was like, oh man, I'm getting so good at this. I was on an expert, and my grandma came for a visit and she's like, what are you playing? I was like, I'm playing Guitar Hero. Watch me just tear it up. And she bitched for I think 35 minutes about how that song was so terrible.
Damn.
I know. I was like, my grandma's a big old hater.
Yeah.
But she's very crazy. But she's like, there's no rhythm.
I
like, Grandma, you don't understand.
my introduction to Guitar Hero was Guitar Hero 2, and I think I was playing, I don't know what song I was playing, but I couldn't play it on fucking easy, dude. Like, I just was so bad. And it was like a group of friends, and it was just super embarrassing.
Yeah.
I just never played.
I loved it, man. I remember, I think Guitar Hero 2 had Beast on the Harlot, the Avenged Sevenfold song. That song, that was that. I played that song all the time on that one. Guitar Hero 3 came out, and that had so many better songs.
Oh yeah, Guitar Hero 3. That was when I got really into it.
Favorite Guitar Hero song?
My favorite Guitar Hero song?
Yeah.
FCP Remix.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a bonus track you have to pay or you have to buy.
Yeah, there was a bonus track. It's one of my favorites too. It was Jordan by Buckethead. You a big Buckethead guy? You know anything
I
about him?
don't know him.
So, dude, he's a guitarist, crazy good guitarist, and he plays with a KFC bucket on his head.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah.
And he wrote that song for Guitar Hero because he didn't want to use one of his own songs. And so, incidentally, you can't find the fucking song anywhere other than YouTube because it was only in Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
But man, that song was so good, and he can really tear it up on guitar.
badass. Yeah, FCP Remix is
There were so many good bonus
Fall
tracks.
of Troy. Or something. I think is the band name. But yeah.
Fucking Guitar Hero influenced my music choice so much.
Oh, huge.
Oh man, like got me into the Strokes. That like because I remember Reptilia was in Guitar Hero, I think 3.
Dude, so the beginning they have like Slow Ride and Barracuda, and it's like
Oh man,
Okay.
Slow Ride. I'd be fine if I never heard that song again.
I know.
Because it was
And-
all my mom only would play songs that she liked, that she knew. She wouldn't like branch out, and so it'd be like one and then Slow Ride and then one and then Slow Ride.
But the thing is, like it forces you to play them when you start the fucking game,
Yeah, I
and I
know.
hated that because all I wanted to do is get up to fucking the good songs in the middle.
I know.
But
Was Barracuda in Guitar Hero 3? Because I remember there was they picked the other good heart song for Guitar Hero 2, but it was Crazy on You, I think. But I don't remember which one was which. But
I think
I like
Crazy
Crazy
on
on
You
You
is
is so
2.
much better
yeah, it
than
is.
Barracuda.
Yeah. But in Barracuda has one of the best fucking hair metal yells of all time, dude. Like it's the best one. It's like oh wait, no. It's Heartbreaker or something. Is that even Heart song? Heartbreak?
I don't think so.
Heartbreaker? I don't know. Anyway, it's a fucking banger. Heartbreaker by whoever the fuck that is.
Pat Benatar, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Pat Benatar, yeah.
Oh, my mind went fucking blank. I had something about Guitar Hero.
Yeah, Guitar Hero. So when me and Josh got it for the first time, we had like we were like rich kids at this point.
Yeah,
It's like when we were living in the fancy house.
I remember.
Yeah, and we got it, and we got the whole fucking shebang. It was like 2 guitars, the big box that you get with the 2 guitars in it, and the game, and all that shit, and all the fucking like the skins or tattoo arms. Yeah, that shit was dope, man.
Was dope. I saw on something that Guitar Hero might be coming back because they the company that owned the rights to them now got bought out, and they're owned by someone who actually does shit now.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
Microsoft owns it now. I was like, that would be fucking cool.
It
As
would
long
be
as they don't
very
get sued into all hell like last time.
Yeah, if they don't make it dog shit. Dude, with Magic, Christian was right, dude. This was the Lord of the Rings set was cool, and it brought me back to Magic the Gathering, which I thought was sick. Christian was like, it's the start of the worst thing that's ever going to happen to Magic, and he was totally right, because now they're releasing all kinds of shit.
Like what?
Just anything. So Hasbro bought them out. And so they released My Little Pony just recently. And yeah. And so you can have a My Little Pony Commander, and you can have but the thing is they're ruining the original story of Magic.
I don't like being a hater, but like nostalgia do be getting old.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Well,
I just
I
want
don't
new
like
shit.
it because it had Magic the Gathering had its own community of people who followed the story, and they had their own story, and they could have built on that. But Hasbro was just like, no, let's do what sells, what makes money.
Yeah.
So artistry is just out the window, you know. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, boys, we're getting sleepy and
Hungry.
hungry.
Need some pizza.
All right. So
Yeah.
thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You're the man. See you boys later. Eat a bro.
Thanks, Obama.
bacon cream pies. In your mom's eyes, bacon cream pies. All the time.
Nobody's seen my shoe.
I hate tomatoes, but I love ketchup.
Can't find it. I'm looking
That's just
everywhere.
a thing, and it's not even true.
Please, I have to drive
When I
home.
think about you, and I have to say,
Have an edible
it was
earlier.
hard to leave you
I think I'm
alone.
gonna shit my pants.
Please, God, help me, leave you alone.